Hello everyone, it's me, Clayton. I just finished watching The Forever Purge, the fifth film in the Purge franchise, which happens to basically come to the natural conclusion that I'd expect when it comes to these Purge films. And honestly, seems like it's the best of the five when it comes down to its overall quality. Let's get to the story, shall we? The story is about Adela and Juan, a pair of Mexican people living in Texas and working with the Tucker family. And they happen to get there right when the new founding fathers of America have reinstated themselves back into power in America. And of course, they reinstate the Purge, which Adela and Juan and the Tuckers happen to survive for the 12 hours allotted near the start of the film. However, just when it seems like humanity should be coming back together, a group of masked killers arrive, basically declaring the Forever Purge, where their systemic hatred and systemic need to kill basically cannot be contained to one night, and that causes our main characters to try and head to the Mexico border as America crumbles around them to find a way to survive. But that's all I'll say about the story. The Purge films have certainly come a long way, as far as I'm concerned, from a small-scale home invasion thriller to more citywide conflicts and anarchy and election year, to showing what the first Purge was like with The First Purge, to finally this film, which basically seems like what would happen if the Purge met today's current political events and came across the most hostile members of a certain group in American politics. And I think it basically happens to be the most effective when it comes to showcasing its message while also delivering some satisfying action. It's not subtle in the slightest when it comes to its themes, but I think some anvils need to be dropped in this case, especially considering where we are now. And anvils certainly are dropped, but what helps this film more than the others is also because it's generally a satisfying action film as well. I'm not familiar with the director's other work, but the gunplay is satisfying, there's tons of creative kills, and even though the characters are numerous and many don't have that much development, they have great actors to portray them to the point where you do at least care about the main leads. Even if some of the best characters from the other Purge films aren't here, like Frank Grillo. Also, I generally believe this film has some similarities to Far Cry 5 in a sense, when it comes to its charismatic and politically incorrect antagonists, and when it comes to some of the visual aesthetics of the film. So I actually kind of consider this Far Cry 5 mixed with The Purge when it comes to some of the villains. Also, I generally think that this is one of the best looking out of all the Purge films. Not to say that the Purge films always have the biggest budgets, but I think this one makes the best use of it when it comes to how you'll basically remember every major villain group just based on how they look. Most of the gore and most of the action scenes look believable, and I like that some of the characters actually have to use tactics when it comes to these people, and it's not just a mindless shootout when it comes to how some battles ended up in the original Purge and even in Anarchy at times. This film is absolutely not going to be for everyone, as it basically wears its heart on its sleeve, does not have any qualms with telling its audience how the characters feel about certain major political issues, and it certainly doesn't portray America in general in the best overall light. But The Forever Purge is, in my opinion, the most effective at the Purge just simply being what it was set out to do. So if this is the end for the Purge franchise, I say it went out on the best note that it could. That's why I'm going to give The Forever Purge an 8 out of 10. See you next time.